The next is substance abuse disorders. Now, before we understand substance abuse, let's understand two terms: substance dependence and substance abuse. Now, substance are the substance on which a person depends. For example, alcohol, cocaine, heroin are some of the examples. Now, these are the drugs. When person is highly dependent on these substances, there is a issue of dependence. That means there is an intense craving to have it. I'll have it only once, and then next day I'll have it only once, and this is a kind of intense craving that develops. So this creates substance dependence. Once there is a dependence, there is a abuse. That means recurrent and frequent usage is increased, and then person starts to ingest these drugs, damage their families, damage the society, damage the workplace, and harm themselves. So substance dependence, to begin with, can be understood under three important criteria, and those are tolerance, withdrawal, and compulsive. Tolerance is the limit. A person has to make use of the drug within the limit, and the person, if has to use more and more of the drug to get the same effect, then this is called as tolerance. So on the first day, let's say a person uses 1 gram, then 1 gram becomes ineffective. So to have the same feeling or the same effect, next day the person would consume 2 grams of it. And this is tolerance. Withdrawal is if the person is not consuming that drug for a while, that substance for a while, it would create withdrawal symptoms. So there could be unconsciousness that could rise, and there can be significant withdrawal symptoms which could be detrimental in certain cases. And the last is compulsive. Compulsive means a person is willing to have it again and again. Definitely I need it again. So that is compulsive. So three important elements under substance dependence. First is the tolerance, the next is the withdrawal, and the third is the compulsive. Now, coming on to the various substance abuses. So we would broadly understand three major substance abuse for today: alcohol, cocaine, and heroin. Now, alcohol is the most common one. It is the drinking that is commonly said as. Now, this interferes with the normal social activity and the human life. Usually, the chemical which is present with the alcohol is ethyl alcohol. As it enters the brain, it actually retards the functioning. It is carried into the blood and supplied to the brain. It slows down the normal activity. So the person is not able to make sound judgments, not is able to speak clearly, not able to do the daily actions carefully. There could be sometimes emotional burst of thoughts. Sometimes the person could speak loud or become aggressive, and that is what are some of the common symptoms of alcohol. Now, alcohols have been destroying families since ages. There have been families breaking up, social relationships getting spoiled, careers getting lost. Numerous road accidents are witnessed because of alcohol consumption. This also have significant impact on the children whose parents consume alcohol. Now, this could lead to psychological problems among the children, mainly in the form of depression, phobia, anxiety, stress disorders that can be commonly witnessed. The next is cocaine. Now, cocaine is again an intoxication that remains throughout the day. A person who starts to consume cocaine have very significant problems with withdrawal. The dependence becomes very high, and as the dependence develops, it predominates the life of an individual. So withdrawal becomes very difficult, and the same is the case with heroin. Heroin, again, the person is unable to leave it. There is extreme dependence, and the withdrawal symptoms even include sleeplessness, extreme fatigue, irritability, anxiety, fear, depression if there is immediate withdrawal. So any of these substance abuse, systematic withdrawal is something which is recommended. If we focus on some of the commonly abused substances as per the DSM-4 classification, some of the common ones, as we mentioned, are alcohol, cocaine, heroin. Then we have sedatives, which are usually given after surgeries. Is again a substance. People develop habit of using those painkillers as a remedy. Tramadol is one of the common examples that is explained. Amphetamines are common examples which are taken as diet pills. Caffeine, any form of tea, coffee, caffeinated beverages like soda, chocolate, coca are forms of substance abuse. Then extreme form of LSD or kind of mescaline, which is both of those are hallucinogens. Then sometimes inhalant. People have a habit of smelling paint, smelling correction fluids, sprays, glues, gasoline. So those are again abuse, that is in one form or the other. Nicotine in the form of cigar, tobacco which is consumed, opioids which is mainly in the form of cough syrups, analgesics, painkillers. You have lot of opioids that are seen. Sedatives again, as we mentioned, many of the opioids are sedatives in nature, so they induce sleep. And then you have phenylcyclidine as another common substance which is abused. So those are some of the list of commonly abused substances. And what is substance dependence, and how this dependence, if regularized and repeated, can lead to substance abuse and extreme implication not only on the individual, the physical damage or the harm that it would cause to the individual, the impact on the liver, kidney and organs of the body, but also to the family and the society by and large.